Yo, what up, 910 podcast episode number 24. Kobe. Shout out Kobe.
Shout out Kobe.
Dude, the most brilliant thing ever was when you switched your number to... wait, I can't hear anything.
Yeah. Check. There we go.
Okay. So we're starting over. Hi, Brennan. We're starting over here. Okay.
Bloop.
Yo, what's up, 910? Shout out podcast number 24. Kobe, rest in peace.
Woo.
Most brilliant thing ever when he switched his jersey from 8 to 24 just for the jersey sales.
Wait, is that actually a thing?
Duh. Why else would he do it? Think about it. If you own a 8 Kobe jersey and he switches his jersey to 24, like you're like, I'm getting a 24 jersey. Like every Kobe fan ever, you doubled your sales.
That's respect.
It's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
It's
That's a Kobe move.
It's almost as brilliant as finding a old record for $2 at a flea market and selling it for $200.
Listen, I'm making moves out here.
I'm making money right now. How many records do you have?
25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a record player?
Yeah.
Do you listen?
No, I don't have a record player. Just a lot of records.
Do you listen to them with headphones on, or do you have like a speaker system?
No, I have a speaker system. Yeah, okay. It was actually a buddy of mine got it for me as a gift. He got me like this like Bluetooth speakers and this
Man, that's what's up.
and this like, and it's actually, it was like really nice. I kind of feel bad.
That's what's up. Hunter and I are big John Mayer fans, like massive. We went to the most recent John Mayer concert, and one of my favorite Hunter hangs that I've had recently is we went to my house out in Fallbrook, and we sat outside in like our outdoor couch area with a fire going, and I brought my record player and speakers outside, and I put the new John Mayer album on vinyl, and we just like sat there and listened to the entire album,
such a
start
vibe.
to finish. It's such a vibe. The like poppy. It's like it's got the like pops in the scratches it's great.
I just enjoy it.
It's great. I know we're such like stereotypical, like I feel like a hipster, like that's fallen into a stereotype when I listen to a vinyl, but
I'm for sure. I definitely get like an alter ego when I listen to it. I start really getting into like the arts.
It is. You put like your plaid pants on.
Yeah, I put plaid pants on.
And like a cardigan.
Yes. Yeah. And I wear my Chelsea boots.
There you go. Smoke a pipe.
And smoke a pipe. Have my drink of choice.
Hey, C.S. Lewis did it. Okay. And by drink of choice, he does mean chocolate milk. Okay. And I mean that wholeheartedly. All right. I've been with this dude before, drinking chocolate milk way too often. Okay.
I really want to deny it too.
You can't. You just can't deny it. Okay, we're already like 4 minutes in and we've talked about nothing. So if you're still with us, congratulations. You made it through 4 minutes. But this week we're in our Church 101 series. We're talking about the reliability of Scripture. And we gave in the sermon this Morse code, right, of many, what's the O? I already forgot. Objectives, reliable, and then sufficiently early. Which one of those for you is the like? It kind of does it for you, you know. Like obviously, like you need all four in tandem.
I love the many part because the idea. I think my favorite case, I guess, for the many part is the idea, and it's just always struck me really well as one of the best post-resurrection arguments is just the fact that 500 people saw a post-resurrected Jesus, and as an atheist psychologist one time said that for 500 people to all hallucinate the same exact image and the same exact person is actually a greater miracle than the resurrection itself.
Right.
I just go like, and for 500 people to say that,
right.
I go, the fact that many people said it, I think too that the objective, I'm going to start getting on a tangent here, but the objective part too, where there are people that aren't even Christian that are writing about Christians in that time.
Right. Crazy.
I just go like, this is absurd to me. Like this is
like 2,000 years removed. It's really easy to start thinking like I saw TikTok one time. Yes, I watch TikToks. Okay. I saw TikTok one time that it was like talking about like how ridiculous it is that we believe in the Bible. And it's like, you ever play the game Telephone?
Yeah.
Like you whisper in one person's ear, you get down the line 20 people, and it's like a completely different story. And it just, like, when you actually look at the details, it's really easy to throw a statement out like that in 2022 where nobody's going to fact check you, right? It's just like, I'm just going to say this on the internet, and people are like keyboard warriors, and they just, it's easy to get in this argument online or to be behind the safety of a TikTok video just to make these statements. And yet when you actually dive into the evidence for this, it's overwhelming. Yeah. How much evidence there is for Scripture, and so which leaves us like we have to do something with it. You can't just ignore this. Like, you can't just go, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. It's if you're willing to actually look at the details and look at the evidence, you got to do something with it. It's like right? Remember the movement where there was all these people going like, well, the Earth is flat, and you're like, Can we just stop for like 2 seconds and look, right?
There's
like
it's pictures in space.
It's such a privileged thing, right? Like Kyrie Irving can sit from his like place of privilege with millions of dollars and go like, I'm a basketball player, therefore I have a platform for some reason, right? It's like, play basketball, bro. But we sit from this place of privilege and we can just make these ludicrous statements, right? Yeah. Or like there was a movement in the last 10 years where people were like, well, the Holocaust didn't actually happen. And you're just like, I don't know what to do with the thousands, the hundreds of thousands of eyewitness accounts and like the tattoos and of the numbers and like the people that are still alive.
Like, you can't,
like going to the Holocaust Museum was one of the most moving experiences of my life. Like,
I didn't know you've been.
Oh yeah, it is wild, dude. Like I've been to there's one in DC, right? And then there's the actual, like the OG in Israel. And I got to go to, I've been to both, but the one in Israel was moving, like the pile of children's shoes, dude. I was literally I'm getting chills right now. I was literally standing there, just like tears flowing down my face, just going like, how did humans do this to humans? Yeah, like it just is wild. But then to sit from a place of privilege in America and go, the Holocaust didn't actually happen. You just go like, ooh. Like,
could you imagine an Eastern European person hearing that the Holocaust didn't happen?
Right.
You just go,
excuse me? Nuts. It's nuts. It's literally bananas. And yet I think we treat the Bible that way sometimes. We sit in a place of privilege and just go like, 2,000-year-old book, like, does it actually apply to us today? Is it and I just imagine God sitting in heaven just going like, wait, what? Like,
yeah.
It was a gift. Like, I gave this to you. And I think to your point of like, we don't know what we have, so often we just kind of go like,
yeah, I think because the Bible, when it comes to parts of it, are so complex, we can get kind of cold towards it and just kind of go, I'm like, I choose to be stuck. I choose to be frozen because honestly, if I really dove in, A, I might not like what it says, right. And B, I don't want to spend the mental energy to go and like learn it, know? Like, let's be honest. That's why the reason half the time I didn't study for a test, because I was just like, I don't want to spend the mental energy to actually do this.
Right. Talk to me about this for a second though. And this might fall on deaf ears, but I can't think of too many things in life that are worth doing that don't require some sort of effort.
Oh yeah. Or some sort of sacrifice, right? Like
relationships, family, having kids, holding down a job, serving other people, generosity.
There's nothing.
Physical fitness, health.
If you care about being successful in something,
it's not even successful though, because it's like I could see people going like, whatever. I don't need to be successful. Like, to me, it's like decency. It's like being a human that doesn't suck. Like being like attributing to society. I'm trying to like remove it from Christianity. Yeah. Like, outside of the context of the church, outside of this, it's like, name something that doesn't require some sort of sacrifice, discipline, effort. I don't know.
I mean, I
can't think of anything.
Like, I can't think of something where you can just like really like lackadaisically do it and still be like in a solid spot. Or I can't honestly, I can't think of anything. Like, let's just go parenting, right? This is like way
off topic, but when I think about parenting, like I don't think any parent out there is just like, I don't really care about being a good parent. Like at the core of all of us, I think there's a desire of like, I want to raise a decent kid, and I want to like, and even parents that aren't doing that, I truly believe that there's probably a desire within them that they still want that. Even if they're not doing it.
No, I can remember talking to Trav about this one time where he was just telling me, he goes, no, I think a lot of parents, they truly are down on the deep inside. Like they love, like no parent, I don't think doesn't love their kid.
Right. They're trying.
They're trying so hard.
And I think we as parents, we fail all of the time. And so I'm not saying like some parents are perfect and other parents aren't. I just think there's levels of like the work that you're willing to put in. And I don't know, a lot of that's upbringing. A lot of that's, your perspective, how you've been wounded. But I just think about like parenting is difficult and it requires work. And so when we just go, whatever, in most things in life, that's when we screw things up, right? And we get things. And so all that to say, like when you go back to the Bible, like for sure, there are many parts of the Bible that are like, like head scratching.
Yeah, I think there's parts of the Bible. Yeah, you scratch your head at it. You go, I need to talk to someone about this.
But I would just go back to like a God that is like, if you could read the Bible and it was like a 5-page like kids book with like pictures and pop-ups, like that God isn't worth worshiping. Like that God, if that God revealed himself in 5 pages and just was like, this is everything you need to know, it'd be like, oh, cool.
Yeah, if my God was left at my Sunday school theology,
right.
It'd be maybe attractional, but it wouldn't be anything worth devoting my life to.
No, I could give 2 hours a week to that kind of God.
Oh, that kind of God I can give. Yeah, that kind of God I can give 2 hours a week.
But a God that calls me to die to myself, like I need to know that God.
It's almost like this God of intensity. It's like, like tell me about that. Even it's like but we do this all the time. We admire people that are put in amazing effort to get an amazing product. Kobe, we go back to Kobe.
Right.
Kobe was someone, you talk about a guy that knew how to work.
Oh my gosh.
That guy knew how to work. He one time broke his right hand, found himself they found a picture of him shooting left-handed free throws.
Right.
Like,
and his regiment was like,
right.
If they had practice at, I think it was like 8 a.m., the Lakers would have practice, he would wake up at 3 and he would get a workout in. And then he would get his own practice in, and then he would go to practice. And you look at Kobe and you just go like, for sure, was there like some obsessive things about it? Like, sure. Did he go too far? Maybe. But you look at something and it's like, we value somebody who's willing to work hard, right? Like I don't know too many people that look at somebody that's just like lazy and unwilling to do anything and go like, that's a great human.
Yeah.
Right? Like you've never like binge watched a show before or like just scrolled endlessly on social media and then got on the other side of that experience and been like, that was a really, really great use of my time.
I felt like such a dang, I feel good, you know?
Yeah. Okay, let's pivot here a little bit. What's your what's something maybe recently or that stands out to you within the Bible that like when you first understood something about the Bible, it like blew you away and maybe continues to blow you away? Like maybe like a correlation between Old Testament and New Testament or...
Yeah, I'll say this. I'll say it is tough. It's tough to pick one, but the one that I think always pops to my head, the first is, weirdly enough, the book of Leviticus. Okay. The book of Leviticus, if you've ever read it, it is a book about law, ritual, cleanliness. Like it is one of the it's a strange book to read because honestly I think that's the book you read and you get the almost like the famous atheist saying like, oh, aren't you supposed to like go like skin a chicken and like cut it with and like spill the blood of the people and it's like I feel like that's where you I feel like that's a part where you get it. But then as I dove into it a little bit more and I realized this God that cares so much more about you than like just like how your faith is doing. And I realized that like God puts these rituals of cleanliness in there because it's just the connection of like we haven't cotton up to everything that like science tells us or everything that chemistry tells us or biology tells us. We didn't caught up to all that stuff. So I love the note of when I was presented this piece of information of this guy. His name's Louis Pasteur, and he was the father of microbiology. And basically when it says like, hey, like, don't mess with body fluids, don't mess with blood, like, make sure you like cook your food, you know? And and it's just like, no, like, God's telling us that because there is these things called microorganisms that actually like will cause you physical harm. They will cause you physical harm. I don't want to cause physical harm. I was just sick for 4 days. I appreciate the God of the universe that cares so much more about me than just my spirituality. Like, and I think that part of the Bible, like, it resonates with me a lot because it reinforces relationship, where I go like, this God is not this just like Gustavo God who just wants to make sure that like my church attendance is
Gestapo
amazing.
is the word you were looking for.
Did I say Gustavo?
You said Gustavo.
Oh my gosh. Isn't Gustavo a Spanish word?
It's a name.
Gustavo. Oh my gosh. Gestapo. I can't believe I just said Gustavo.
Gestapo. German police.
Yes, there you go.
Eins, zwei, drei. Gestapo.
I said Gustavo.
Gustavo.
Gestapo God.
That's amazing.
I know, but basically the idea that this Gestapo God isn't up in heaven going like, all right, make sure you do everything. Don't touch it. Don't look at that. Are you serious? Why did you do that? It's like, no. Don't look at that because I actually like, I know what's best for you.
Right. Golly. Like the one that always gets me is that God gave the nation of Israel the recipe for soap.
Oh my gosh.
Like he literally gave them a recipe for soap and was like, hey, use this. And then in like, I don't know, 1400 something there, I don't remember who it was. I'll have to look it up, but I remember talking to Christopher about this, and it was like this guy found like antibacterial soap. He like invented it and was like, if you use this, it will help clean you and like prevent sickness. And he literally won like a Nobel Peace Prize for it. And I imagine God just being like, wait, what? Like, you know, have you ever told a joke before and then somebody else tells the joke louder and everybody laughs?
Yeah, that happens with me all the time.
I think I've done that to you, right? Like you say, like you whisper next to you like a joke, and then you say the joke out loud to everybody, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so funny!" Blah blah blah.
That's so Gustavo.
It's so Gustavo. But I imagine God like this. He like gives the nation of Israel soap, and then this dude wins the Nobel Prize for soap, and God's like,
yeah, just like. How many of stuff do you think God goes? It's the same idea where it talks about Job that the earth is round, like, and then there's probably a scientist. I don't know. I wouldn't know this, but scientist, the guy who took the picture of you know the earth and was just like,
was it guys. Copernicus?
Yeah, Copernicus, Capernaum, Gustavo. I don't know.
I think about what's his name. The big yellow one is the sun.
Brian
Regan.
The yellow one. The yellow one's
the big yellow one is the sun. That's good.
Just put an F on it.
Brian Regan, look it up. He's a great comedian.
Science Project.
Okay, Braden, we got like 2 minutes left. Obviously, we're ending this podcast with dating advice. Church 101, dating 101. What were we talking about in the sermon that I said we would get to in the podcast when it comes to dating? I remember. I found an old, it was ironically, you know how Bibles sometimes come in like a shoebox? Not like a shoebox, but like a Bible box.
No, but like a box, yeah.
And you like alakazam it.
Yeah, alakazam it.
Pull out your Bible. Christian nerd kids, okay. I found one of those recently, and it was old letters from like old girlfriends, like high school letters, dude. It's like stuff that I had saved, and I was reading it to Paige, and it was so embarrassing.
Wait, from like girls to you?
Yeah.
Did you write any letters to girls?
Duh, dude. That was like one of my main moves.
Okay.
Dating advice. Write a handwritten letter. Like if you're trying
to
get at this girl.
Do you like me? Do you love me?
No. Not check yes or no. Like write. One of my favorite moves was to this is so embarrassing. I would write lists of like 25 things I like about you, or like crap like that. But it was great, dude. Like one time I wrote to this girl and she said no, basically. And with Derek Gear, we wrote a response. Him and I crafted a response, and it said, I understand the no, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, I'm intrigued by the mystery of who you are. Wow. So corny, but it worked. I said, I'm intrigued by the mystery of who you are. And then we were pen pals for a while, and we wrote back and forth, and nothing came of it. But it was a handwritten note is powerful.
I can attest to that.
It's powerful.
I wrote this is embarrassing, but I wrote a handwritten poem to ask out my first girlfriend.
Come on, baby.
And let me tell you, it was pretty awesome, okay?
That worked.
It worked.
It
worked. And it was...
It's a powerful move. Because in a day and age where everything's quick, right? And everything's a text, and
we want everything
email,
instant.
and everything's...
To
take the time to write a handwritten note is sexy.
Oh, yeah. I think... Wow, I don't think has sexy ever been used on the podcast before?
Yeah. Karen Keith.
Oh, well, she's allowed to say anything.
She put these headphones on and she said, actually, I can't say what she said because I'd get in trouble, but eventually she got to the point that her voice she said, my voice sounds sexy.
But I won't lie to you. Like, yeah, the idea that you like take the time and I think people just recognize it. I think regardless of who that person is, like, I think all of us, maybe that's one of those like collective, like just human beingisms that we have, that we just go like, dang, like I appreciate this.
Totally.
Like I don't think anyone's ever received a letter of, no, adoration, and just been like, like, you know what? Like, screw this thing.
No, yeah.
We've been like,
I've had a handful of students write me thank you cards at the end of their time in 9-10, and I save all of them. I literally save all of them. You want to know why? Because 9th and 10th grade ministry is freaking hard, and I go back to those all the time. Yeah. I read those thank you notes because my soul needs them. Mm-hmm. I'm like reminded of the impact, and these students that stop and go, hey, thank you. Yeah. It's like the most meaningful thing in the world.
Oh, that's so meaningful thing.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you ever want to write your pastors a letter, Charlene would love it.
Charlene would eat that thing up. So, this has been the 910 podcast, complete with dating advice. We love y'all a ton. Hopefully this spurs you on to read God's word, to view this thing worth more than $150,000, 75 cents to 100. Like, this thing is priceless. Mm-hmm. I hope you cherish it that way this week. I hope you throw a tribal rager like they do in Papua New Guinea. Golly, I can't wait. I'm going to go to one of those someday, and it's going to be lit.
Just like, you're like, oh, what's going crazy here?
They're like, the book of Mark.
We just got Romans.
We love you guys. Peace out.
See y'all.